welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm AmusedJester. My name is Junior and we're going to be reviewing Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified's Crazylegs Thomas. This is the retro styled cardback. I have Crazylegs before with the where did I get Crazylegs? I believe I got him in the helicopter, which I don't know the name now. Sorry. I paid full price for this one, so I believe he's like $25. I do remember this colors. I had to get them because these are the classic colors that I'm familiar with, rather than the one that came with the helicopter. So let me go ahead and open it up, and we'll take a quick look at Crazylegs. All right, I'm back. He's out of packaging, and we have the G.I. Joe stand over here. I'm just going to go briefly with what's included as an accessory because it's basically the same as the one before. A parachute or pack that's just, you know, it's sculpted nicely enough. It's just plastic. He's got these goggles that you can put on as well. As you can see, it is see-through. You can see my fingernail through there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The unpainted plastic of the knife, the unpainted plastic of the gun, this automatic which folds. I didn't realize that folded. It's got the point for if you have any accessories that you can use for flashes. That's kind of cool. It's a real cool design, whatever this thing is. I don't know what it is. Oh, it comes off. But it's long enough over there, so I really thought it's part of the gun that it didn't come off. I prefer it didn't come off anyway, but I'm glad that's at least secure over there. Here's the helmet over here. And here is the figure. As you can see, he's got an open mouth. He's screaming. He's crying. I don't know what's going on with him. And here's the figure over here. Looking at the detail and everything. I mean, interesting. The vest, if you were to take it off, I don't know how you would. I'm assuming if you take off the head, maybe you'll come over like that and then go down. But yeah, but no, you can't do that. Oh, it's loose enough that you probably could. Anyway, we're going through the detail and everything. This is a separate piece, so you can move that up and down. And all. That's cool. Let's put up his equipment. Going over there. Knife goes over here. It's gonna be like a really quick review because, as I mentioned earlier, let's look at the face though, if I can. There you go. I'm not disappointed. It's exactly what we were expecting from a G.I. Joe. They've hit it, you know. The only thing I might comment on is that as you get closer and closer, then you do get that pixelation effect going on. But I mean, G.I. Joe has hit the mark. They really have, or Hasbro has hit the mark when it comes to these. You get really good figures. I feel quality's there. Look, and the fact that you can put this headpiece on. Look at how thin that piece of plastic is. I'm so afraid I might break that eventually. But they chose a really good type of material, plastic rubber material in this one that is really like you would be afraid that those break, but look, I just put it on and it stretched it and it came in really fine and everything. And I forgot to put on the goggles. I should have put on the goggles to make it look better and everything like that. But yeah, this is like the classic Crazylegs. This is the Crazylegs that I am familiar with. So I'm really happy. I definitely needed to get him. He's retro. Even though I already have the one from, why is this one really kind of hard to put in? I already have the one from the helicopter. Now, I actually did bring it out so we can compare. As you can see, it's just straight repaint. But this is so much more interesting for me because this is the G.I. Joe that I know of. It's not this realistically based paint application. This is what I prefer. The cool thing is now we have to think about is, are the heads interchangeable? They should be, right? Because they're basically the same figures. So yeah, they're interchangeable. I will say though that the skin tone application is paler on the new one than on the new one. It still kind of fits, but you can see the difference definitely between the two. I like the fact that it is basically the same person. And you can even say that the features are shared between the two. That is a believable feature between the two. Like this could easily be the same person with different expressions, which is why I think that they really are using somebody. But then again, the cool thing about using 3D models is you can sculpt the face and then you can add emotions to it and it will line up perfectly. But yeah, definitely I will keep the original head with the original body, and I will put on the screaming head in here. Now, guess which of the two will be on my main Jajo display? The answer is this one, the Crazylegs with the cool colors, because he will stand out in my collection rather instead of just this one. This guy is just gonna disappear in the background because he's black. The color black will just disappear in the background. This won't. So yeah. Value wise, I'll give it a value of $25. Even though I'm not as enthusiastic with Hasbro right now, I think it's 25. It might be 28. And its place in my standing as the best toy company out there has been displaced by Nacelle Toys. It was displaced by Mattel, but Mattel got displaced by Nacelle. So right now, my ranking for the best toy line companies out there is going to be Nacelle's number one. And if you're wondering why, check out my review of Captain Rachel Garrett from Nacelle and upcoming reviews from that one. And then it's going to be Mattel, and then it's going to be Hasbro. That's just the way it is. Mattel is probably holding that second place line rather than Hasbro. Hasbro right now has great toys, but to be honest, this is hard to get off. I'm still afraid that I might break off this strap. But to be honest, it's just the price point. It's the prices that that Hasbro is putting on their figures that's basically keeping them from being number one. And the only, like you saw my review of Slice and Dice, that was a perfect figure for me, only because the price point I got from Ross. Let me take this out of. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it on. It's actually on the outside. Now, you guys might have a different opinion of which one's the better company and other, and honestly, that is absolutely fine. We are individuals who have different requirements of what we determine how things are categorized, right? So if you guys are fine paying $28 for a G.I. Joe figure, then probably your ranking will be Hasbro will be second, and then Mattel will be third, right? Because the quality figures, I'll be honest, it's the G.I. Joe is a much better figure than Mattel's Masterverse. It really is. It's even though it's not very colorful, but I'm telling you right now, Nacelle is the top. Hasbro is I wouldn't say far distant, but Hasbro can't match Nacelle right now for what they're doing. It's got a low price, a ton of accessories. Packaging is really good. It's very collector friendly and all that stuff. Yeah, so anyway, for Crazylegs, I'll give him value 12. This is what I wanted. This is the Crazylegs that I wanted rather than this one. So I'll probably put him in some sort of generic helmet that I'm using this one, and then I'll put this guy in for my G.I. Joe collection, because this is what the Crazylegs that I prefer. So I'll give him a value of 12 out of 20. Oh, that's wrong. a value of 12. Base price, base value of 10, remember? And 10 being like, okay, I got what I wanted and I'm okay with it. This is a 12 because even at 27 or $28, I'm still pretty happy with it. You know what? No, let's nix that. Let's make it a value of 11. I don't want to give it a 10 because this is the one I really wanted anyway. So I'll give him a value of 11 because I don't know. No, I'll leave it a value of 12. Yeah. I can't say I got what I wanted, a value of 10, because it's higher than that. If I, because this is the Crazylegs that I wanted, and I finally got it. So I will give a value of 12. That's it. That's it for my review. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in my next review. Bye.